multiply your wealth in a global interconnected economy where change is happening rapidly and constantly, and financial markets are rigged to benefit financial institutions and enrich corporate insiders. I've made it my mission to uncover how you can create, protect, and multiply your wealth in any economy, and have interviewed the top investors and wealth experts for over 3 years. I share what I've learned from them and continue to learn on my journey. I'm MC Laubscher, and this is Cashflow Investing Secrets. Hello everyone, MC Laubscher here, and thank you so much for joining me in another episode of the Cashflow Investing Secrets podcast. This is the show where cash is not king, cash flow is king. And in today's episode, I'm going to share with you how you can use assets that you currently own to acquire more assets. And when we share some of the strategies that you can utilize in accomplishing and achieving that, the concept of collateralization is one that we need to understand. And according to Investopedia, collateralization occurs when a borrower pledges an asset as recourse to the lender in the event that the borrower defaults on the initial loan. So basically what that means is that you take an asset that you currently have, you place it up for collateral, right? And you get a loan that is secured by that asset from a financial institution, and then you take that loan and you acquire another asset. So using one asset that you have, placing that as collateral, getting a loan secured by that asset, and then taking the loan and acquiring another asset. It's a very, very powerful strategy. Business owners, by the way, use this all the time. And there might be some of my business owners out there listening saying, yes, we do, through a credit line, right? Or a business loan. Someone in our network, I'll give you an example, a business owner went to a financial institution and got a business loan that was secured by the receivables and the assets of the business. And then they took the loan and they purchased the building from which the business operates. So they took an asset, the business, they collateralized that asset, and they used the loan to purchase another asset. It's very, very powerful stuff. Yeah, I would say the first time that I heard of this strategy is from a wealth coach that I had. This was around 2003, 2004. But anyway, so what this wealth coach of mine shared with me was in the 1970s, when interest rates were very, very high, double digits, they would actually go into banks and open certificates of deposits, right? So they would go into a bank, let's just say, with $100,000 and say, Mr. Banker, can I get a CD for this $100,000? And the banker would say, of course. And they would say, they would earn, let's just, for example, say 10% on that $100,000. They would then go to that same bank and say, Mr. Banker, I have a certificate of deposit for $100,000 with you. Can I get a loan from your bank secured by that certificate of deposit? And the banker would say, well, of course, we're in the business of lending, right? So they would then issue them a loan, let's just say of 90% of the value of the CD, which they would then take to buy real estate. That produces cash flow. And then the cash flow from the real estate would then pay down that loan that they got by collateralizing the CD. So they took a CD, certificate of deposit, an asset, and they acquired another asset, the real estate, with it. Very, very powerful stuff. I'm going to give you a couple of other examples of how to use assets that you might have, and how you can collateralize that and actually use that to acquire more assets. I'm by no means endorsing any of this. I'm not promoting any of this. There's one specific collateralization strategy that I would share that I personally use, and I've spoken about it. I think some of my listeners might already be able to guess which one that is. But my goal here is to simply get the creativity going and help you to identify areas or resources and assets that you currently have that you didn't know that you could use to acquire more assets. So one of the things that you could collateralize is a stock portfolio. It's called asset-based lending. some financial institutions would give you a loan secured by a stock portfolio. So you can use your stocks, you could collateralize that, and you could go and purchase, for example, real estate with that, right? Again, there's a lot of risk associated with that you should be you should research before getting into something like that. But it's good to know. Most people are familiar with a HELOC strategy, which is a home equity line of credit. So if you own real estate, you can access the equity in your home or in another property through a home equity line of credit. And you could use that then to acquire another property. So you use your property that you currently have. You don't have to sell it. You access the equity through a home equity line of credit. And then you take that equity and acquire another property. That's another example. If you have gold and silver and art, there's actually a strategy called commodity-backed finance. There's certain financial institutions that would give you a loan collateralizing your gold and silver and also your art, right? So you place that up as collateral. They give you the loan. So you could essentially use your gold and silver to purchase cash flow real estate. There's a company in the crypto space that's actually allowing you to place your Bitcoins as collateral for a loan that they would offer you. So you could, if you have Bitcoin, place your Bitcoins for collateral, get a loan secured by your Bitcoins, and then go purchase real estate with that. So if you're a person raising capital, for example, this is a good conversation to have with potential investors. You know, hey folks, you might have some stocks, you might have some existing real estate, you might have some gold, silver, art, you might even have some Bitcoins. You could utilize these assets that you currently own and leverage them to acquire other assets by investing in, you know, the investment that you're trying to raise capital for. One of my favorite strategies is the collateralizing a permanent life insurance contract, more specifically the cash value of a dividend-paying whole life insurance policy with a mutual insurance company. I've shared the infinite banking strategy on my show, Cashflow Ninja, a number of times. And this is essentially what we do through the infinite banking concept strategy is we collateralize the cash value of the life insurance to then utilize and get a policy loan based on the cash value, and we then take that policy loan to purchase real estate. So we're taking one asset, the cash value in a life insurance contract, we're placing that as collateral for a policy loan. We take the policy loan and then we buy cash flow and income producing real estate with it. Very, very powerful stuff. I hope this was valuable. And also, I hope that this got you thinking about the assets that you currently have and how you can position and leverage the assets that you currently have to acquire more assets. Thank you so much again for spending your most valuable resource with me, your time. I look forward to our next episode. And remember, my friends, live your freedom, live your legacy on your terms. If you are interested in learning more about cash flow investing, I have compiled the 21 best cash flow investing strategies I have come across studying millionaires and billionaires for 2 decades and interviewing over 500 successful investors and wealth experts. You can grab the 21 cash flow investing strategy secrets at 21cashflowinvestingsecrets.com. That's 21 the number cashflowinvestingsecrets.com.